Well, with everything going on, there was one item that I did not speak clearly about yesterday. So with my Jazz's win last week, it's a great win. There's no classes for her. She could race in the condition races, which puts her in just below where Yes was racing. Now the class she was in is a non-winners of 4. She's won 4, so she's out of it. Also eligible non-winners of 6, but you have to put them in for a claimer of 20. Now her 4-year-old allowances brings her to $29,000 US. Here's the take. It's January the 17th. She just raced one of the best races she's raced in a year. To think that we would stop with her, and I'm not sending her to the Meadows to race in tougher company with aged horses. The non-winners of 7, non-winners of 10 are tough. That's a tough crowd. I would rather race her right where she won. She can race twice in there, 2 times in there for the claimer, and then once she gets out of that class, 2 wins. Once she wins twice, now you're in open company. Now you're in non-winners of 10,000, 8,000, 6,000, 5, 35. She's got too much money and too many wins, mate. That's the reality of it. So I thought it would be easy. I don't really think, I'm not really concerned somebody's going to claim my Jazz for $29,000 off a win in 57-4, 30-2 on the end of it. No, I don't think so. Yes, I intend on claiming. Let me put it this way. If we race my Jazz for 5 more weeks, and she puts together 2 wins in there would be 10 plus. Let's say 10. Let's say she gets her 2 wins and she gets another 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever. Let's say she puts together $13,000 and we shut her down and breed her, which I'm happy doing. If you want to, I'm happy to do that. That pays for her stud fee and pretty much all of her lodging for the first year. That's what it pays for. So the idea that we're somehow not going to race my Jazz in that class made 0 sense to me. None whatsoever. But I did have a note from somebody saying that nobody said she was going in for a claim. Well, I highly doubt she's going to be claimed. Her claimer is 20 plus allowances is $29,000. That's what her allowance is on that class. It's a great class because not a lot of people claim out of that class. Jekyll and Hyde's in for 20. We give 11 for him. And consequently, for the people out there that own Jekyll and Hyde, if he wins again, that gives him those 6 wins. He's out of that class. He'll be going directly on to On-Gate after that. And now remember, we need to manage our horses well. We were lucky. Jekyll and Hyde could jump up and do well in that class, but once he's out of that class, he's out. And once he's out of that class, he's out, meaning he's going somewhere else. So on the eve of a sale coming up, I bid on a number of horses. No, not a number. 1 horse today. I bid on 1 horse. Some beach somewhere, 4-year-old Ron Burks on-gate. I went to $50,800, and he went for $52,000. I wasn't the underbidder, but I did bid on him. He had a little bit more money than I thought, than I told you we were looking for. But when you look at his lines, they weren't unlike a Locatelli. Now he was a pacer, which is a little more standoffish for me, but they weren't unlike Locatelli. 115,000 made a mark of 50-51, something like that. 5 wins. He had a spot here in Ontario. But I wasn't going to go crazy on him, especially when there might be something that we're looking for, a little more, they have a little more interest in come Monday. I am going to the sale. I do have a list. We do have horses we're looking at. Now we have a ton of clients that are interested also. So I will reiterate. Number of things in this video. 1, I guess I did a video earlier. It's going to be in my Monday video. Great day of training the babies. Yesterday and today. Tomorrow it's going to be Arctic weather, minus 30 with the wind chill. Probably nobody going out of the barn Saturday, Sunday. Monday's going to be cold, but they're going to jog. Tuesday warming up. Wednesday we're going to train. We're going to drone on Saturday of next week. That's what we're going to do next week. Swan's Honey did about as good as she could last night. I thought she raced well. She'll be going back into the condition claimer at Flamborough next Saturday. That was her shot. I think she'll end up there for if somebody happens to grab her office. She's in a place where she might be claimed, a 15 condition claimer. My Jazz, I would be shocked if she was claimed. Jekyll and Hyde's back in to go again. Raced good last week. Compass Rose drops down in class. We have Globetrotting tonight. We have White Tiger, Locatelli, and Eldis Patrick Monday. We have a lot of good things on the go and on the horizon at the stable, but I did not talk about My Jazz. So, for the people, my partners on My Jazz, my apologies. It just never dawned on me that it was going to be a big deal. And then I should have brought it up, and I didn't. But it wasn't out of any sort of sense of secrecy. It was more out of, nobody's going to claim My Jazz for $29,000. Could be wrong. But I doubt it. So that's where we're at. My Jazz, Jekyll and Hyde in Wednesday. They're both in for the $20,000 claiming tag. Compass Rose DC drops to the numbers of $2,000 on Tuesday. I'll drive her in race 1 and then head home, because Monday I'll be in the Meadowlands sale and make my way back to Ohio shortly thereafter. So that's the plan for this week. Again, with everything going on, it did slip my mind, but I think we'll be just fine. So that's the plan for My Jazz. I'd say 5 weeks of racing. I'd love to see her bang out those last 2 wins and maximize that class. In the meantime, a couple of seconds and thirds would be cool too. And again, that would literally pay for our breeding and our year of lodging for My Jazz. So that's why it was important to also put them in where they can win. This is where she needed to be. There was no other class in Ohio. She was not going to Pennsylvania. There is nothing for her here in Ontario. That's where she needed to be. So, again, but my apologies for not bringing it to everybody. It just wasn't on my radar. It was off my radar. So, I will talk to everybody very soon. I did your 2-year-old videos already because I thought it was important. It was fresh in my mind. Tomorrow, I'll have lots of time for lots of videos because it is going to be frigid here in Ontario. So, stay warm, everybody. Take care. I hope you're all healthy and happy. I'll talk to you all very soon.